saw this person standing on the edge of the overpass looking like they could possibly be, you know, going to jump. And I ended up going back to the person and checking in to see who they were, what was going on. And when I approached, I saw that it was a 14-year-old boy. And, well, I didn't know 14 at the time, but teenage boy. And, yeah, so we had talked for a while. And as things kind of progressed and escalated, there was police on the overpass, and everything ended up being blocked off. And I talked to him for quite a while, being very careful with, you know, how to approach him and that sort of thing. At the last minute, well, it was just, he started to, I kept an eye on his fingers the whole time, and I really thought, you know, as he started to repeat, I can't do it anymore, I can't do it, I tried. That's all I could fixate on. I thought if he starts to let go, I'm going to grab him, and eventually he did, and I reached around and grabbed him by the chest to keep him from falling forward, and there was another police officer that had approached as well, and was talking on the other side to him, and as I kept him from falling, she grabbed the back of his jacket, we both pulled him over to over the overpass. It's my job, and because it isn't like, you know, I'd go and, you know, I worked at a grocery store, and, you know, through university, and it was a crisis if there was not enough bananas on the shelf, you know, something like that, but it kind of turns down the volume on the rest of your life when you start working in that world and you start seeing what really matters. Changing the attitudes and perceptions around at-risk youth. And when I say that, it's just very difficult for me to hear people say, oh, you work with the bad kids. You know, that kills me, because there's no such thing. And I really mean that in the sense that they're victims. And all you're seeing, all the outside world sees is their behavior, without understanding that behavior is servicing a need, first, even at the most basic sense that they've never had. They could have grown up with basic necessities where they're wondering where their next meal is going to come from. They don't have a stable roof over their head, you know, so they've had to learn how to survive at a very young age, and unfortunately, they've never had anyone show them love, give them any guidance. They kind of figure it out on their own. And what's available to them is not always the best way to go about things, but to judge them for their decisions at that age, it's not right, and it's a misconception that a lot of people have, and it's something that I feel like that needs to be spread, and that idea needs to be changed, I guess. It's not something, it's also one of the hurdles that I've come across is that it's a very private and confidential world dealing with youth because of the confidentiality piece. So it's not something that you can really spread it like on a wide basis. Everything's kept pretty private.